fantastic evening or early morning, depending on where you are. Hope you're settling in to watch some Casual Boots. I'm joined in the booth by my wonderful co-commentator, Gilgamesh.
That's me.
Yes, we have Invitational Playoffs, Casual Boots, JP Brewers fan of WJPDTB versus Maniacal of Bottles on Empty. And I think they're going to be getting started pretty much any second now.
Yes, this is the first race between these two teams for round one of the playoffs.
And a lovely message from Uncle. And yeah, let's settle in as we get 20 rupees at Link's house, and we have 5 minutes and change to get through a pretty linear sequence.
Yeah, generally not too much excitement in a Casual Boots escape, unless you happen to find something, interesting along the way, a mirror or something. But generally, this, like you said, somewhere between 5 and 5:15 of just a very linear dashing through hallways.
Oh dear, we have an audio issue. We should have vanilla audio on both runners, so I am not sure how we are going to fix that. So in the meantime, while we sort this out, you'll have to enjoy our lovely voices as we see
I can do acapella, I can make the dashing sounds.
This might be the only time where we might get the okay to start singing on mic, as we're not supposed to do that.
We'll see if we can get someone to look into it.
So we're gonna sort that out. Our runners are kind of okay. They're saying it's there, just very quiet. So, JP having a little trouble with that blue guard as we get a red bottle from the boomerang chest.
Bottle's nice to have early. Lets you not have to worry about skipping Sick Kid once you head over to Kakariko.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you a lot of flexibility, especially with it being a red potion. It can give you the courage to go into a very early blind fight on like 4 hearts or something.
Sure.
It can let you potion glitch in pod if you don't know a mimic clip strategy. There's lots of very little things that's nice to have that bottle for.
Both runners making pretty good time through escape right now.
Maniacal just a half screen ahead.
Insurmountable.
Insurmountable. It was just what you have to do is, if you can't do a 508 escape with a map check, are you even good at the game?
As somebody who doesn't generally sub 510, I am not good at the games.
So my excuse for my 5:25-ish escape times is because I don't warm up. So I inevitably bonk, and I say I will surrender 5 seconds, 10 seconds here to not warm up like a good runner would do.
And that's why we're in the Open League instead of the Invitational League.
And my team already out in the playoffs. We decided it was great to throw all 3 of our matches in solidarity after I threw the Casual Boots match.
Oh, I think we have audio back.
We got it. You don't have to hear us sing or make sound effects it means we missed out on JP bonking on the key door there.
Unfortunately, just missed the key dash.
Both runners are using vanilla audio, so no fun MSUs today. All we can look at is a Dragonite from JP. I myself, I use an eyeball, the Vitreous Sprite. It's great.
All right, a little blue mail, some bombs, and $20. All right, so escape. I mean, we still have one. So we got the map in Zelda's Cell, so there is still one more item here in Sanctuary, but nothing too wild to point the runners in a bizarre direction.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be a stock first 10 minutes or so. We're gonna see... You know, we're gonna go to the Lost Woods, maybe check the lumberjacks along the way, go to Lost Woods and do Kakariko, and then we'll see what we're working with by the end of Kakariko. So we'll see you in 5 minutes if you want to go
map
make a
check. Looks like we had red at Eastern, red at Desert, and a blue crystal at Hera.
All right, a 3 crystal. Ooh, as we get flippers in the Bonk Rocks chest. I was gonna say we'll see what we're doing at the end of Kakariko, so see you in 5 minutes. But it's kind of like the you can like tune out. Like it's I speak to this as a runner too. You know, like the first 10 minutes of a casual boot seed are just like road. Ooh, we get some mana refills from the bush crabs.
I did not catch what was on the lumberjack there. It looks like just a
whole
heart container. So.
Yeah, it was a whole heart container.
Probably not scrambling to get that anytime soon.
Nope, we are gonna live without that unless we are doing a gentleman's agreement to 216 this seed.
Alright, nothing in the woods here, so we're gonna head into Kakariko. Hopefully, I mean, you know, I guess best case scenario, you find something like a bow so you can just go straight over to Eastern and clear Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, with 3 pendants in the light world, I mean, you're looking for something that'll point you in the direction of doing that dungeon ASAP. And here comes our first set of looting. We have 6 bombs, so we are good on bombs. We'd like to get a little more cash to pay off the bottle vendor.
Yeah, although I think, I mean, like 120 should do it here, and there it is. All right.
Hey, commentator's blessing. Hey, look, now we have lots of money.
All right, well, now we're looking forward towards Zora money, because we do have those flippers, so we're probably going to head over to that area sooner rather than later, and it would be nice to have 500 rupees before doing so.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to do any awkward checks. It would stink to leave that behind and out of logic. But... Oh, we see Maniacal doing a swag super speed. Okay. Okie doke. Hey, at this level, you know, every half second gained can count for you.
Yeah. $50.
Working our way up.
Still no items of note, though.
Yeah, this is a little disappointing. We have a few more checks. And then probably if we see nothing, we're gonna probably go to South Shore, I would have to imagine.
Yeah, try to find something to push you in some kind of direction here.
Now, what's your take on the 2022 Jon Snow anti-meta play doing Damn Agina before going to Mini Moldorm?
I will never. I am a serial Agina skipper, and I will leave him alone in his cave forever, basically, until it's my last check. Unless I have good reason to go over to that area, like if I get an early book or something like... Oh, speaking of bows... So, okay, maybe I just go... I would probably just go straight to Eastern area now and skip South Shore.
Yeah, ooh, and we get a mirror, too. But absolutely, yes, my My MO is I'm a bit of a gambler with my routing, and I will rush dungeons at like the drop of a hat if I can clear them even out of logic.
Gives you a little more time to potentially find some money too to do Zora, and there's a lamp which fully
That
puts you
said,
straight into logic.
that said, I think we save and quit at race game and immediately go to Eastern. See you later. Both runners will
Oh wait, what was that? Was that a 20 or is that a Samaria? I didn't
just
hit
20
it.
rupee.
Okay. I saw red, and I was like, ooh.
You'll get a second look right there from JP, also saying no thanks, and it appears that
Hey, Maniacal's gonna go to South Shore.
all right, they are greedy and want more. Meanwhile, JP will do as we suggest and go straight to Eastern.
He could be. I mean, it's potential. If you find hammer, gloves, and a moon pearl, then you can, loop in Pod Eastern together this way, I suppose.
We're gonna go raid Saha's closet now, see if we can get a few more toys that can help us out. Meanwhile, the dam not really providing any value, and Maniacal is gonna skip Agina. We're going straight to Mini Moldorm. Saha's closet for
Nothing.
JP, yeah, just garbage. Fluffing your item count, that's all that was.
Although the rupees may come in play again. I still have my eyes on Zora, so
Yeah, that does put him within a 300 pack.
a lot of hearts.
Yes, we are going to have a very healthy start, and there's a second bottle for Maniacal. So it's kind of neat to see some divergence, but I would have to imagine Maniacal would be very interested in going to Eastern very soon, so just doing some extra checks, trying to see if the overworld is the answer.
So far, not so much.
I
But
missed the
again, we have
first
all those
item.
flippers checks too.
Yeah, I
first
missed
item
the-
was $50 in Eastern, so
Oh, okay. Pushing
inching ever
towards
closer.
that.
Oh,
Ooh.
Fire Rod in Ice Rod Cave. That's
Oh,
wrong.
we like that. It's the wrong rod, but, okay.
So Fire Rod doesn't really do anything for us in the immediate future, but it's definitely nice to have once we get Dark World access.
Yes, and Maniacal opting to do a water walk. We're going to see just a piece of heart on the island, and they're going to do the full water check loop by going to the camper. As JP will head over and as they move further into Eastern, they get a map as the camper gives 20 rupees and a save and quit.
Okay, yeah, I don't blame Maniacal. Again, without the Zora money, going over to Zora area right now is a little... Although with the mirror, I guess with the mirror, it's not as bad because you can loop Zora in with Catfish if you need to, but I kind of like leaving those checks chunked together until you can pay the fish. So it looks like Eastern... Well, it looks like either Eastern or the Zora area is going to have our answer now, because we've done pretty much everything else we can do.
Right. Yeah, I feel like kind of my routing philosophy is I'll actually kind of chance that, especially if I have if I don't have enough money, what I might do is under the water walk state, although we have the flippers, so you actually lose it once you hit the shallow water. If I didn't have the flippers, what I would probably do is go check the item on the Lake Hylia Island, then go through the whirlpool running, and then collect the items in the waterfall, check the ledge, and then run back down, and and use the run all the way to the camper.
Yeah. But yeah, so far nothing in Eastern. There's an item on Armos. I have to imagine a glove is going to be our next progression, but we will see. Because that gives us mountain access and Hera access.
And Maniacal have the knowledge that aside from, we don't even have a glove, so we would have to farm rupees from Blind's basement, or find another drop, or it's going to be at Agina. If we get nothing here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Agina's still there. See, I already forgot about him.
And if the item is at Agina, I believe this is what we call a teaching tool.
JP just missing the quick kill there. But yeah, no, it doesn't look like Eastern had it either. So those Flippers checks, Flippers checks or Agina seem like that's going to be it. So maybe Jon Snow was right all along. Who knows?
Well, we're going to find out what JP does next. I have to imagine they're going to go South Shore.
Yeah.
Deal with their density. As you see some nice shooting from Maniacal. Now the question is, what will JP do? Are they going to go to Agina first, or are they going to go to Mini Moldor?
I would be surprised if JP went to Agina, but we'll see.
Otherwise, buckle in, because we'll have to farm money from... Because I don't think our tree pull or our bush crabs gave us cash,
No.
So... You would have to do the very unfortunate... I've had to do this, I believe, twice in my high upper hundreds rando career across 2.5 years, where I've had that very unfortunate progression at Zora without having the requisite money.
Yeah, not really being able to set up a Houlihan either is...
Yeah, it's been taken away.
So there is, I mean, there is the rupee room back here in Eastern, which I don't think JP hit, but it's a little time, but it might be worth it. Nope.
It appears no, we're not thinking about cash. Zora doesn't exist. Yeah, this is a little scary.
We've switched MSUs to Vanilla Zelda.
Yeah, we're set to see some real meme moments, as in maybe get 300 rupees on a ledge,
300 rupees in Waterfall Fairy, maybe.
Maniacal gonna be
I think this is why I like JP's writing a little bit better here, because Maniacal's gonna have to run back down here in order to set up a fake flipper or a water walk or something to get back to the Zora area, whereas JP can just do all this now because he knows that he's not gonna find money anywhere else.
Yeah, we're starving for progression right now.
Because they wouldn't have to set up a fake flipper considering they have actual flippers, but...
It is still nice to run one way.
Ooh, Maniacal's starting at Sanctuary. Oh, I was just going to take the Whirlpool, I think.
Yeah, that would track. Because that'll put him close to where he wants to go. Both of our runners are going to converge on the waterfall. Hoping that the answer is in the waterfall and not on Zora.
I don't know what Maniacal's doing there. Is that bonk, was that to set something up that I'm not aware of?
I think... I don't know either.
Is that setting up a Houlihan? Is there a way to do that I'm not aware of? Well, there's a hammer just sitting there. Oh, you can set up a Houlihan that way. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Oh, interesting. The more you learn, see now they're gonna have the cash. The hammer was nice, but it doesn't help us.
I gotta look that one up.
Ooh.
All right, well, that gets us up the mountain.
All right, there's our progression, and JP is not gonna have the coin that Maniacal has.
Yeah.
So this could be a very scary situation for JP almost immediately if there is, like, say, a moon pearl sitting there.
Given that we just found a hammer and flute, I'm kind of guessing Zora's not going to have anything because that just opened up a ton of checks for us.
Yeah, we are very relieved to get that flute. Because that will open up, we have the way to Hera, we can get to East Death Mountain.
Yep.
And we even have a hammer to quickly defeat the Troll Dorm. Just 3 smacks of the hammer on that tail and sit down.
Alright, let's see what the f has today.
Ooh. Uh-oh. That's scary.
Yeah, well, we'll find out because the Maniacal will very likely just check that immediately after activating Flute, so we'll know shortly if that's going to be an issue.
It's probably nothing, but probably is still a non-zero chance. But definitely JP will not get that unless literally forced to by progression. So that does give a nice little quality of life, little safety for Maniacal as well.
Nice little tip from the old man.
Yeah, thanks for the 50 smackaroonies. Meanwhile, JP has to be careful.
Yeah, getting beat up by these rocks here.
He's trying to force that spin speed, but his thumbs were having it today, so... I've been there too, you know, sometimes when I'm setting up my icebreaker and it's just, you know... It's like, okay, I can do it, obviously, but it's just like, okay, thumbs, we're just having a day, aren't we?
Nothing on Spec Rock here. Alright, here's our magic bat check. Let's see. And a single arrow. The most useful.
Getting flipped off by the magic bat.
So it looks like we had Thieves Town, Swamp, and Ice Palace pendants. I didn't catch the other red crystal, but I'm sure our tracker's on top of it.
Well, I thought both we had 2 red crystals in the light world, but...
Oh, you're right. So there wouldn't be a red crystal in the dark world, would there?
Alright, we got a key. And they're gonna just take the death as opposed to mirroring just to get some health.
Makes sense.
So if we don't get a big key in the lobby chest, then we're gonna have to have a forced sit down through the coffee break. And yep, we're sitting.
So yeah, good news for JP that nothing behind that Zora chain led to anything, but you know, it's still in the back of his mind knowing that he didn't get those items, so he's probably gonna try to route that in at some point, unless the seed just opens up and there's no point in doing it, but...
Yeah, that green square sitting over in that part of your tracker is gonna be a little worrisome. We have wall kicks. Wall kicks saying maybe they should have done a loop of the East Death Mountain to hopefully get a hook shot or something.
That's generally how I like to do it. I especially with like mirror and stuff. If you find bits, it's easy to get back. So I tend to do those checks first before doing Hera, just to potentially make it a little bit faster.
Yeah, I mean, it would save you a solid. I mean, the tile dance. That's what, 45 seconds?
I've never timed it myself, but I just know that it's long.
It's absurdly long, and especially in a mode like Casual Boots, where the mode is ostensibly short. Every second matters, and decisions you make, you know, at this level, you can make no wrong decisions with your routing, or you'll probably lose. So if a runner had the ability to skip a solid minute or so, you know, that could be huge.
Alright, last item is on Moldworm. So yeah, this is a situation where you would have gotten both items without needing to do the basement if you had a hook shot.
Right. And especially because both... Well, the first item, I guess, was garbage. I didn't see any exciting things happen. Chat
Yes.
didn't pop off.
It was a piece of heart that did refill JP's hearts, so, you know.
That's not nothing. That's nice. Alright, we have one squished little worm.
And another piece of heart.
Well, that's not as exciting.
Crystal number 2. 25 minutes in, 2 crystals. Feels alright.
Yeah, you know, if you can get a crystal every 10 minutes, that's not bad. You'll feel like you haven't made any horrible mistakes if you keep up that clip.
So yeah, we're looking for a glove and a moon pearl still to get some Dark World access. Or, you know, if we want to be real rotten, another sword.
Yeah, let's hope we don't have to do that. Ooh, we see just on the floating island, it's just gonna be a piece of heart that we'll probably never get. I think Maniacal realized they hit the wrong switch for their jump. More trash.
What will Paradox have? Or is Akina still just sitting on our progression?
Would be so unbelievably cursed after all this opening.
He's a lot easier to get to now with the flute, at least.
Yeah, it would just be unfortunate, and when you last locate almost a half hour into the seed, that never feels good.
Yeah, half an hour without Dark World access and a casual boost seed, and you're starting to feel a little not so great. Well, there's the pearl.
That's part of the package that we need,
One
but
more item.
we do need a glove. Or we need a sword. Uh-oh.
Oh boy. So here, this is where JP not having the Zora money.
Ooh, and there's a hook shot too.
Doesn't do anything. Oh well, that makes Dark World a lot more interesting. So, but this is where JP not doing Zora kind of comes. You know, then you start thinking like, well, I mean, I have 2 checks. All right, JP's doing what I think is the right play here, and just saying,
yep,
let's
pull
do
the
it.
shoot, go to Aga,
But also hook shot. See, should have held off on Hera.
We are validating wall kicks here for their call of should have done East Death Mountain, could have Hera potted, and saved yourself that time.
I mean, yes, you probably do pod immediately first after Aga, but you know, it gives us, you know, additional things like Swamp Palace.
We know we really want to go into Swamp Palace. So we have a few minutes of boredom on JP's side, and Maniacal, hot on their heels, gonna be collecting the last of their prizes. Multiple people in chat are saying what Gamuchu always would say is just go to progression and win the game. It's easy, just like that. So what will Maniacal do now? Are they two gonna pull the shoot? They're done with the area, but are they gonna...
I mean, Maniacal only has Akina at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, they're filling up hearts, so that would suggest that they're interested in just booking it up to Agina. Oh, they're...
Talk about it.
Oh, they changed their mind. Alright.
Well, we'll see. I mean, if this is a glove, that's a pretty big
We
boon
do detect...
for Maniacal.
We do detect a bombos on the the desert ledge.
That is good knowledge. because we have 2 crystals that are going to require medallions.
All right, let's see if Maniacal gets the prize. No.
Nope.
Agaseed confirmed. So that's gonna put Maniacal a whole climb behind. I'm not sure why they're not saving and quitting.
I don't know if that's...
It's because getting out of Agina is slow. But in they go, as we see JP getting blue balls. Alright, there's something we can hit. This is getting kind of rude in terms of how many blue balls we're getting now. We're already at 3.
Well, your opponent has to do the exact same pattern, so even though it feels bad, you do know that your opponent also gets to feel bad. Yeah, this is...
I just realized Maniacal barely just has enough money to pay Kiki off.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're pretty forced. Well, we could go to East. We could go to Vu if we really wanted to.
Yeah, there are a lot of options in Dark World, but I mean, a fully clearable crystal pod first definitely makes the most sense.
Yeah. Because they, well, they hula hand and but they paid the.
They paid the fish.
Yeah, they paid the troll toll.
And we are still fighting Aga.
Oh, this is agonizing.
Boo.
This is like worse than like 10 Ganon warps in a row where you're just like, well, that's actually worse, never mind, because, you know.
You get to listen to this hype music over and over again. Alright, there we go, Aga down.
Alrighty.
31 minutes in, JP has finally hit the Dark World.
I should note that JP did very well in the 2022 Casual Boots tournament. They were the runner-up. So they are definitely showing off some skills here.
JP, did JP even play in the Casual Boots tournament?
I believe he did. I'm thinking of Rob J. Beasley, so it's the wrong...
Okay.
My bad. So, the seed is kind of directing you with neon signs in a certain direction. We'll get some variants eventually. We had some, you know, but
I don't know that that's the case, right? Because we have a fully clearable
checks.
pod,
Yeah.
fully clearable Skullwoods, a fully clearable Thieves Town.
Yeah, but I mean, both runners are pretty much in sync for the first half hour. They covered each other's checks. Some slight efficiency advantage for JP, but that's it. Look at Moogle being toxic in the chat. Okay, dude.
Maniacal is dealing with his Aga fight, having a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Yep, they're gonna be here for quite some time, as there was tons of blue balls. Be hilarious if Pod was empty. I mean, we have to do it. We have to do it, but would be pretty
still
funny.
the right play, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there's nothing in here. I mean, again, we have so much right now available to us that it's a little bit of a crapshoot as to where you're gonna find your next progression, but
yeah,
you know, always be clearing crystal dungeons or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, next for me, I would be hoofing it straight to Skullwoods and flame broiling a moth.
All right, 5 hours later, Maniacal has finally finished Aga.
Thank goodness. Ugh. Any more of that, I would lose my freaking mind. Well, we got lots of keys in the front. That's cool.
As is usually the case.
And Maniacal also electing to go into pod right now. So,
Makes sense.
yeah, that's kind of the thing to do. Just follow. And JP is going to be interested in that cache because if they go to Zora, they'll have enough now to tie in,
Yep.
you know, our lovely troll tool. Fortunately, we at least have the mirror to get out of the dark maze pretty quickly when it's time to get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, we have all the items we could want to make this pod routing as easy as possible.
I mean, I suppose we could quibble about not having the Cane of Samaria to skip
Hit
the
switch, it's true.
statue puzzle, but oh, he wants that fairy, that's for sure.
10 bombs. Hey, this pod sucks.
Yeah, it's looking pretty empty. Just as we all feared. Oof. Maybe there's something
there is
on
an
the
item
boss.
on Helma. I think we saw the map and compass.
Yeah, I believe we have the full trash set.
So I'll be interested to see what JP does for this, because picking up, I mean, Catfish is so far out of the way, but I could potentially see JP wanting to clean up a little bit from the things he left behind, but I don't know. Village of Outcasts is also very enticing right now.
Because it's really a now or never check. You're never, ever gonna go back to the Catfish area.
Yeah, I mean, we still only have, or you could go down a hype cave too. It's there's a lot of potential divergence now, and unfortunately, without any clothes, you know, the Hyrule Castle Gate is the only Dark World access we have at the moment. So
Yeah.
Alright, we're getting the Helma fight here from JP.
Setting up, potentially trying to get that spin speed to get more of a hammer hitbox.
Yeah, JP seems like he's having a little trouble setting up the spin speeds tonight.
Yeah, you know, some days your hands just aren't cooperating. You know you can do it.
Don't I know it?
Ooh, getting a little stepped on.
You do have blue mail, so he's not as scary as he could be.
There we go. Alright, are we gonna get anything fun here from the boss?
No.
Probably not. Just explosions. Well, that stinks.
pod.
Well, that stinks. At least you get the crystal.
Yeah, I mean, we had to do it at some point.
They're electing, they're going to save a little time by starting back on the pyramid now. Yep. That's a little heads-up play.
Yep, very heads up. So yeah, I think JP probably cleans up Catfish here, and potentially. Oh nope, going hike. I don't know what JP's doing.
I
Still
would
go Hype Cave.
Yeah, I think they want to see if they can get something like a glove out of here.
Yeah.
If they really
Catfish
want
is glove
to.
locked. You're right. Catfish is glove locked. Ignore me.
Oh yeah, I'm also dense. The reason why I like playing casual boots is because I am so empty-brained. Like, you can't expect me to play cross keys and like not mistrack an entrance.
And Hype Cave.
Oof.
Decidedly not hype.
That was a -4 out of 10 hype.
I would like to see this Spicy Swamp Palace play, but I don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah, that would be pretty courageous to do. I would suspect it's just gonna be Stumpy, Dig Game, and K45, and that'll wrap up this Southern Dark World checks little sphere. Alright.
Another heart container.
Starting to get some nice health. You know, gonna be a lot harder to kill now.
So yeah, we just got the digging game, and then probably just head into Village of Outcasts, I think.
Yeah, they'll have to do the dark. Go through the North Dark World to do that, but you know it makes sense. You can see if a game has a cheeky item here for you.
Got some money.
That's unfortunate. Just 5 rupees as the prize. No thanks.
Yeah. South Dark World, pretty barren, unless the answer's in Swamp Palace.
Ooh. I always hear top runners say, man, nothing's ever in Swamp Palace, but tonight might be the night.
I've never heard of Mitts being in Swamp Palace.
Especially not in the first chest. Sorry, bud, you're gonna have... Yeah, you either swim or hammer that.
So we can... This is good, because we can check King's Tomb, we can check Graveyard Ledge along the way here, so this is not the worst.
Yeah, we like that. Just kind of wrapping up some checks.
And Maniacal went straight to North Dark World, skipping south. So that's, I mean, good for them, because there was nothing down there. I mean, he's going to check those eventually at some point, but
yeah.
For now, we are pretty synced up again.
Yeah, that ended up being the right thing to do. We have simultaneous mirror transitions, so we're gonna do it again.
They chose opposite sides of Graveyard Ledge to mirror on.
It's like left Twix, right Twix.
Synchronized bombs. Nope.
Synchronized, no thanks.
Oh, JP saving a little time because he didn't want to pick up extra hearts.
I'd have to imagine both of our runners are probably booking it to Skull Woods now.
Yep.
We'll get to see what is on the bumper ledge. JP doing the more dangerous route, Maniacal doing something a little safer as they have been murder-dactyled.
Just another full heart container that we will never get.
So, into Skull Woods we go. Just, well, we can do we can do one more Crystal Dungeon, and then, I mean, Vu would be the next thing to do.
Yeah, so we got JP going back to front, Maniacal going front to back.
Although, maybe, ooh, look out! There were lots of things coming to get you there on JP's side.
Oh, no, never mind. Maniacal is just... Oh, well, I guess if there's no small key in the first chest, then you can't really do a whole lot else.
I was trying to get rid of this awkward check first. Maybe you get a small key, but not this time. Just a worthless compass. Thanks a lot.
Looks like we gotta have some keys in the back here because they're redundant in the accessible chests in the front. But
And JP opting to go collect the bridge chest first.
yeah, I think that's the right play here because, you know,
We
maybe
haven't
you
gotten
find
any items.
a
Yeah.
tempered sword or something to make boss a little bit easier.
Instead, we get to save one fire rod shot.
You're also avoiding an extra screen transition by going back into the dungeon after you beat him off.
We got Master Sword, we got a hammer, we're gonna have to just, we don't need much mana, right?
No, I'm pretty. I think both players have a green potion too if they really want to.
Oh yeah, that's true, the second bottle was a green. They both have a red and a green, too. So you get the stab from the dash. Alright, we're getting some favorable patterns on JP's side.
Yeah, Moth is cooperating pretty nicely here.
What a bro.
Well, was cooperating.
Although now we're getting a little scary on health.
Yeah, we're fine. He's got like one hit left. There we go.
There we are.
And opting for hammer strats gets it done a lot quicker.
Yeah, that kind of caught them back up a bit there.
And there's item number 1. So head back into the front to find that second item.
So let's see if the second item in this dungeon before we leave School Woods behind forever is worth a darn.
Nah.
Probably gonna be like 10 arrows again or something.
A piece of heart.
Ah yes, JP has to collect their disappointment here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a shovel!
Well, that's uncomfortable.
That's actually a little bit better for Maniacal, because Maniacal's likely going to route south here and can hit that with Stumpy.
Yeah. That's just a lonely, isolated check for JP. I don't know, it seems like you beat this dungeon, and then if you get nothing, then yeah, you just gotta go to Swamp. Or...
Yeah. It's not that far out of the way for JP either, because like like you said, you're probably gonna do Thieves Town here, head south, and JP can mirror and do the shovel on the way down to Swamp.
Yeah, because this is the green pendant, if I'm understanding this right. So
Yes, Thieves Town is a green pendant.
yeah, so I guess it kind of depends on how many items we get in the front, huh? Because if we get like 3 in the front, do you really get the 1+1 in the back? That's a lot of time for one check. It's the 1+1. All right, we got the big key immediately, and when I see that immediately, I'm like, oh, great. I'd rather get the big key a little later. Preferably after I get 3 items. Hey, we got a glove.
Well, there you go.
Have glove, lots of love.
And now we can do basically nothing else that we couldn't do before.
Yeah. Oh my
God.
goodness. Stop.
Nice game. All right, all right.
And
Well,
the Canis
now-
Bye.
Now
We're
we
out
can
of
do.
here.
Now we can do Pendant Ice Palace.
See ya. Absolutely not doing a 1-1 in the back after that.
I'm just saying, we can do Swamp Palace, we can do Thieves Town, we can do Ice Palace now. But no, you probably just go over to the Mire area and check and see what the medallion is there.
Yeah. We're gonna do some smith chaining now. At least JP is. I'm not sure. Maniacal, they decided to do hammer pegs
Yeah,
first.
I think Maniacal's gonna skip it for now.
Oh, it's because they had to do the dig game. That's right, because JP already did this. So JP's gonna waste about like 20 seconds digging like crazy until they finally get 5 rupees here.
Yeah, so this is a slightly awkward scenario, right? Because yes, having the mitts is good, but it still doesn't. Well, I guess we can do desert now, right? But
Yeah, we'd be able to mirror in that
we
way.
can't get into Mire or TR without any medallions. So I think chances are high you're gonna have to dip into one of those pendant dungeons anyway. We have Dark Death Mountain as well.
Yeah, I think our runners, well, at least it looks like Maniacal is just skipping the Smith chain for now. Gonna pick up some checks that JP already has done, and we know are all gonna be trash. But they are gonna be able to dig a hole. And there's the Bombos.
So we can pick that up.
Let's see if Bombos is our required medallion for Mire. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a 1 in 3 chance of that, and it is
Bombos.
Ding 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 ding.
All right. So we can knock out Desert and Mire here.
Winner winner chicken dinner.
And then we're just in potential. I mean, we could potentially just be in Ice Rod Go mode at this point.
Ooh, and a nice tempered right there to make the end game a lot easier.
So yeah, I mean, I think at this point you probably do your Mire Desert double and then head up the mountain, see what the TR medallion is, and check Hookshot Cave, etc., etc.
Yeah, this does favor JP a little bit here, based on the fact that Maniacal is gonna have to wasting some time on some checks that has been done.
Oh, hey.
We get.
Wait, was that Boots on the Torch?
Yeah, that would be the sprite replacement for the boots. So where could that ice rod be? Oh boy.
Well, Josh, it could be just about anywhere except for Trinex.
And it can't be in GT either. To answer a question in chat, no, in casual boots, the boots item placement is flavor only. The other bot will put the boot sprite there, but Saha bot will put a green 20. I would imagine that the boots taste like leather. To answer yet another question from chat.
Beef jerky, probably.
Well, if you were paying attention in the Go Mode podcast Discord, I saw the Pegasus boots in real life. They apparently have bows on them.
Oh. Well,
2
how about
bows,
that?
in fact.
Wow, boots and silvers? Sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, that one Landmo not playing nice. But JP taking it down, picking up some more rupees. Getting crystal number 5.
Yep, and we're off to get our 6th crystal. Kind of wonder if they're going to want to investigate the Pyramid Fairy because Desert has given them their other red crystal.
I don't know. I don't like... I don't know. Pyramid Fairy doesn't seem that enticing to me at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like one of those things of like when you're trying to out-meta a randomizer in terms of, am I following yet another sphere that I have just unlocked?
Maniacal heading into the back of Desert to get their 5th crystal as JP heads into Misery Mire, falling down the hole.
Yeah, JP saved a little bit of time just rushing the boss as both items were on the way.
That fall down the hole is actually a little detrimental because it, you know, stops you from having sword beams in Mire too.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate. And we're going to say hello to SpeedGaming 2, rating with a party of 78. Thanks for joining us. Hope that you're here to stick around with myself, Josh Bittner, my co-commentator Gilgamesh, and our tracker Furious Prince, as we watch some hot casual boots action.
Ooh, a God Mire when we're still looking for items? Sounds about right.
Yep, always. It's a God Mire, never when you need it. Now, how do you loop in that big chest? Because what if the big chest has the ice rod? Questions that will burn in our players' brains for the time being. We are gonna go just rush the boss for now, though. That makes sense.
Alright.
Well, if you get one item off the boss, then you go back in and then you collect one item and leave.
Yeah.
So I can see how this play makes sense. It's just you are committing to double dipping this.
Or not. I mean, if Vitreous just has the ice rod, then maybe
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't.
Then you're just a god gamer, and you're doing us all a favor by getting us out of here early. It's okay, I already wrapped my Christmas presents for the evening earlier. That was my chore that I had to get done tonight after work.
Yeah, I think JP lost Spooky there.
Oh yeah,
Spooky if you never set it up though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have to worry about the TR medallion too, of course.
We do, yeah. It could be Bombos, you know, that could be it.
So I wonder what our runners will do if they're gonna risk it for the biscuit and leave the other item behind. If there's an item here, or just go 0-2 and then just rush the mountain and see if they get the ice rod. Like, say, in Hookshot Cave.
There we go. Alright.
And now we purge. Oh no, my sprite, it just died.
Maniacal also rushing Vitreous. Did not have the item, so there are still 2 here in Mire.
Oh yeah, I would suspect our runners are gonna do a bit of a gamble and probably rush Dark Death Mountain just so that they get the crystal the medallion knowledge, and although it looks like we're gonna check Checkerboard Cave on JP's side here to round out some overworld, but it appears that they're not going back in.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's an aggressive play, but I think you need to make some of those in casual boots at this level.
Yeah, again, you can make no mistakes at this level in terms of routing and still hope to win.
Oh, hey, here's a game escape check for JP.
Jeez.
This is about when I normally check Akina's Cave.
Yeah, this is the nightmare check, so now if the ice rod was here all this time, that's a feels bad. Instead, it's $20.
Yep, JP's gonna head up the mountain. I'm gonna scout TR, see what we got. I mean, if it's Bombos, you go in looking for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the gamble, but that's the play of champions. Let's see what Maniacal opts to do.
I mean, they've both been basically doing the same thing, so I would not be surprised to see Maniacal also bail here and head up the mountain.
In kind of a perverse way, like, Casual Boots is really almost a skill-on-skill kind of race, but still in the context of a randomizer.
Uh-huh. Oh, no, okay, Maniacal is going back in, so this
All
could
right.
be
I can
a
understand
big
it.
deal.
I get it. Scary. It's a more conservative play, but I get it.
Okay. Ooh, Butter Sword.
So this is kind of risking it for the biscuit on both sides, either leaving or staying. More checks for you, more kicks at the can. Ooh,
Hey,
and some nice
silvers.
We're armed to the teeth in this seed.
Yeah, we'll take those. Nothing in Hookshot Cave. So time to head in and cross our fingers. If we can. If we can.
Let's see. Of
yes,
course.
we can.
Now you gotta. I mean, you're up here already. You got. You're
oh yeah.
just.
There's
you are.
No question about it. You have to do it.
You are committed to the bit at this point.
And I mean, unless Ice Rod's in exactly Swamp, you can still save your portal here.
Yeah, I mean, since we are in Ice Rod hunt mode, there are no wrong plays. There are faster, clears per minute plays, but there's no real wrong plays as long as
no, we beat Aga, that's right. We can't save the portal.
Oh, yes.
Rip.
But, what I would say is, just because it's the faster clear per minute play does not mean it's the right one. We are now in... We're on the Rando's wild ride.
Well, Maniacal found the first item in Meyer in the cutscene chest, which was just 10 arrows.
So, I think...
the last is in the big... Oh, and it's just sitting there. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
JP's aggressive playing paid off super well here. That is...
That's disgusting.
That's...
And a big protective shield is the other item. And
Yeah,
we can see JP realizing they're in go mode and realizing I have probably hit the god route.
Yeah, that's got to feel good for JP for sure. I mean, Maniacal's not going to be too far behind in getting that because Maniacal's going to basically be doing the same thing here. But I mean, JP's got a couple-minute lead here now at this point.
Yeah, because go mode for JP was at about 102.30. So that's going to be a challenge. It's not within the we're still, even though I would say Maniacal's a couple minutes behind, that's still within GT routing.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it 100% over yet, but JP is definitely in the driver's seat here for sure.
Yeah, JP's got to feel a little better than Maniacal, because Maniacal's now going to be thinking about how they did all of Meyer, and did they? Well, both runners did the South Dark World at the end of the day.
Yeah, eventually they both did that. Yeah, the only real difference right now is Maniacal did the full Meyer clear when JP did not.
So I have to imagine, they're gonna go into. Oh, we have a big key on lava chest. Thanks a lot. So now Maniacal is armed to the teeth, and now they're going to see that they are probably going to go into TR now and realize they're going to be in go mode in a couple of checks.
So yeah, it looks like Maniacal's gonna be roughly 3.5 minutes behind.
Yeah, that is definitely within a GT routing and some execution stuff. And JP opted to open the big chest, hoping for, maybe they'll get a second small key and be able to skip Laser Bridge, but that will not be the case. We are going to be forced to get a key off Laser Bridge.
Yeah, like you said, armed to the teeth, no real. We have a green potion, we got a red potion. We don't have half magic, but other than that, basically maxed out on everything else you could want.
Yeah, it's not like there's gonna be a Ganon Phase 1 and 2 mana burn because we didn't even get a cape or a blue cane to, do some invincibility shenanigans. Not that our runners need that per se, but
he's just right there too. Easy.
Not friendly. Only one laser skip you had to do. Or heck, you could even yeet yourself off the platform and get it using iframes if you had to. So yeah, all of the minor routing differences aside, this is a pretty linear seed with only really one decision that changed this race, and that was going back into Mire, which is an entirely defensible play.
Yeah, that and the time that Maniacal spent to do that Houlihan. And there's Trinex down. Blink and you missed it.
Yeah, when you got that butter sword, I mean, you're in easy mode. Sweet, another 300 rupees for you.
That is crystal number 7. Oh god, the numbers!
Oh boy. Well, my number is usually 15 because it's gonna be in Rando Room. It's always Rando Room.
I could explain this game, but everyone already knows what's going on here. So yeah, you got about 30 more seconds to get some numbers in chat, and we'll count how long it takes to find the big key. I'm not sure what route through GT JP tends to prefer.
Yeah, hard to say. I haven't really watched them enough. I know in the main tournament they were in the same bracket as my buddy Mr. Aaron Snurd, so they had a couple matches there. Or were they in the Casual Boots tournament in the same group? I don't remember. I just remember watching him play Aaron a couple of times.
Didn't you run that Casual Boots tournament? Shouldn't you know these things?
Again, I am as empty-brained as it gets.
Alright, well, no key in Hope Room, so...
We're going left. So that's 3 checks so far. Four, 5, 6, 7.
There it is.
Lucky 7. Do
wow,
we have
DM routing wins again. And yes, we do have a 7 in chat. El Rocco 337.
Come
Lucky
on down.
337.
Come on down and collect your prize of all the rando seeds you could possibly want from ALTTPR.com. Enjoy.
Valuable cash and prizes will be mailed to you.
Never.
And yeah, JP starting that climb as Maniacal's just about to get their last small key. Hey, they got that mirror shield. Don't even need to laser skip.
Yeah, the convenience, see? It was totally worth it to go back into Mire to collect that. You need the biggest, baddest, strongest, most protective shield in the game.
Pretty nice that the Zazaks are on the good prize pool for the gauntlet here, so easy to get refills.
Yeah. Because right now you gotta feel like you hit the god route, but how far behind is your opponent realistically? At this level, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm JP, I'm feeling pretty good right now, honestly.
I would feel good, but I would feel like my opponent's hot on my heels because, I mean, the Seed just handed you everything without going really into any, you know, any pendant dungeons aside from the front of Thieves, which you could basically count as overworld.
Yeah.
And you know, like, all the runners are good at this level, so it's not like someone's gonna do a cuckoo play and go into Swamp.
Yeah, who would do something ridiculous like that? Alright, Maniacal heading to GT here.
It'll be a quick GT big key pickup, but
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
have to
Maniacal DM routes can save a little bit of time here, but not really. Won't be a significant amount.
yeah, I mean, just the fact of it is just, this is gonna be a hard hill to climb for Maniacal at this point. They are doing the same route, so they're consistently about 2 to 3 minutes behind. Odds are they'll probably be at, like, probably between Landmos and Trolldorm 2, if things go the right way for JP here.
Trolldorm down, just gotta do an Aga fight and a Ganon fight, as Maniacal's just about to get their big key here. So yeah, about a full tower climb behind for Maniacal right now. So yeah, definitely going to require a pretty big setback on JP's part.
Yeah, I mean, we don't wish any hardware failures on anybody, so... And look at these friendly lineups,
yeah,
too.
Pretty nice
wow,
Aga patterns.
Thanks a lot, bud. After all those blue balls in Aga 1, you know, you can get me on out of here in a couple of phases.
Easy game. Alright, Aga down. I just got one pig in the way with butter swords, silver arrows.
Ganon basically going, oh no! Oh no!
I mean, listen, he should have hid them better.
Yeah, or maybe had a bigger world or something like that. I mean, it's kind of fun to think about this game being Skyrim 1991.
I mean, why even hide them at all? Like, why even, like, just keep the silver arrows to yourself?
Oh, I know. It's like, it's always the funny joke when Vitreous has the silver arrows. You're like, I see, you had some adversarial thinking. You hid the item that could kill you. You see JP using their red goo because they hugged Ganon once. Try not to do that on green mail, that's very painful.
Or on blue mail.
Yeah, there was one time when I had, I'd say 5 hearts, and I'm like thinking, I'm fine, you know, I can go beat Ganon, and I had blue mail, and then, well, one errand button press, and I was suddenly seeing a red screen while I screamed, what?
Nice setup here. 1, 2,
Two,
3. And that is going to do it.
Get your GGs in for JP as they are about to cross the ladder here, and they will be our winner. And with a race time, .dg time of 1:15:06, we have our winner.
That'll put WJPDTB up 1-0 in the series. Nice start.
And we'll see if JP would like to come in for an interview. We'll see them in the setup channel, so we'll get their mic set, and then we can all congratulate GP on their fantastic win. Meanwhile, Maniacal is about where I thought they would be when JP finished, in between, you know, Landmos and Trolldorm. So Maniacal will be done very soon as well. And we are joined by our victor, JP. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So, how about that linear seed that had neon signs telling you where to go?
Well, for a while, I kind of felt like I screwed up because I'm like, why am I 45 minutes into this without a glove?
Well, did you know? It's because they were both sitting in Thieves Town.
Pretty much like consecutive checks, too.
Yeah, and then well, after getting the gloves in Samaria and Thieves Town, like the seed just was like a laser from there.
Yeah, I mean, it was really fortuitous that the Bombos medallion was right on the metaphorical doorstep.
Yeah.
And for both dungeons that we needed it for, and you made the gutsy call to not go back into Mire. That was kind of what ended up being the big difference, aside from a couple checks that you both crossed each other on earlier. Was they went back into Mire for what ended up just being 2 items they didn't need. There's a mirror shield there, but we don't need those, right?
Yeah, so I definitely knew it was going to be gutsy, but at that point I was feeling like the seed's linear. I felt like I needed to make a play. I felt like I had checked a little too much. And then I was like, okay, if Mire ends up being a god Mire, I'm just gonna go for it and go up the mountain because I've got 11 chances at an ice rod or something like that. It's probably not quite 11, but... And then I haven't seen any medallions this late in the seed. It's very possible it's double bombos.
Yeah, that was like kind of the conversation we were having here in the booth about what do you do when you've got your 6th crystal? Do you at least scout, you know, if you have the right medallion, and do you go in?
Got Maniacal finishing up Ganon now, so make sure you get your GGs in chat.
Yes.
Finishing up with a time of 1:18:46. Very nice Ganon fight on Maniacal's side. Actually, I think Maniacal made up some time there in the tower.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely cooking in the gauntlet there. And we do see Maniacal setting up to join us, and we are joined by our 2nd placer, Maniacal's. GG's to you as well.
Hey, thanks. GG to JP.
GG Maniacal.
Yeah, I don't know that there's like a ton else to talk about with the seed because, like we were saying, it was really super linear. There wasn't a whole lot of room for divergence. I mean, there was room for divergence, but there was just never any point to going into Pendant Swamp or Pendanizer or anything else like that. The seed kind of led you where you needed to go for the most part.
I mean, I could see those calls as it was getting thin. I thought about being aggressive to Swamp early, honestly, with it being available so early. Because you're forced to choose pendants, like all you've got is Thieves and Swamp at that point.
That's fair, yeah.
But the way the Dark World routed, you could put your 2 crystals first, and then you were just already over in Village, was what I was figuring. So it made sense to at least do Front of Thieves. And Front of Thieves was really loaded with both gloves and the cane.
Yeah.
So I wanted to then you push that to Mire, because I know that there's at least one medallion waiting for me on Desert Ledge. That works out. I don't know. I felt good about this one. I really did. I'm surprised I lost by like 3 minutes. JP and I were talking a little bit, but I'm just surprised at the way it played out, I guess.
Yeah, it just kind of came down to, I mean, a lot of the time, I think, which I think you guys chatted about in the race room, but yeah, Maniacal, you going back into Mire to clear it, whereas JP just decided to head straight up the mountain. I mean, I think that was probably the biggest chunk of time difference between the two of you.
I mean, you're go minus 1.x at that point. But both, like, it's a double ice rod hunt, basically.
Yeah.
And you're looking at like 3 incomplete pendant dungeons, 2 that are fresh, 1 with 6 items, Pyramid Fairy. Like, there's so much gross stuff left. It's like, what, 6 items on Dark Mountain and potential TR Dive with the probability a little better than a third. Versus, like, the 2 in Mire plus 2 left in Thieves, 2 Pyramid Fairy, 6. Like, it feels like it's a 3-to-1 at best against. And so, I don't know, I didn't really want to gamble Mire there. I can see it for sure. But I didn't feel like that's what I was supposed to do at that juncture. So
yeah, I mean, it's hard to blame either way. Like, I think both choices were super valid. It just happened to be the case where, yeah, everything was just right along the critical path. You just went for it. So
yeah. And it worked out. So
yeah, it was just the gutsy call to just rush the mountain. I mean, I don't know what can you say? Like, when you sub 120, you've got to feel pretty good about yourself no matter what. So
yeah, I'm tired of losing these with like 116s, 118s. I'm 0-2 in Kaz Boots this season. I feel like I put a lot of work into this mode, so it's a little frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you I saw you on the ladder. You were at the top of a runner ladder last season, so I was worried coming into this one.
Yeah, I feel like I've been putting a lot of work into the category, been playing it pretty well, but it's just hard to be, and I don't believe that this is the assessment in this matchup, just to be clear. I'm not, saying anything about JP at all, but it's hard to be much better than like 60-40 against competent players in this mode, so like you do have to run pretty hot. It's hard to be worse than 40-60, so like you're going to lose those 40 or more % of the time.
Oh, yeah. I agree completely. Yeah, just this mode sometimes it just comes down to who makes the right call first.
Yeah,
that really is what it is.
The seeds are so fast too. You don't have a lot of time you don't have a lot of wiggle room. So you make one wrong decision, and that's it.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is I felt like I made mostly the right calls in this one.
Yeah,
I was really surprised that JP decided not to get Zora early. Honestly, that was the one that shocked me the most when he told me that.
I mean, for me at that point, to get to Zora, I'd gone to Zora area, I picked the flutes, and for me to do Zora before a tower, I'd have to Houlihan and then run all the way back up there, and I was just like, it's just too much time. And I was looking at my Dark World at that point, like I had 2 locations left in Light World versus a Dark World that was pretty much wide open after the mountain.
Yeah, for sure. I was just looking at it from the first time I went to Ice Rod Cave, where you're splitting what you're going to do with the Water Walk. And I was looking at it there like, okay, well, I have 275 into South Shore from even being conservative with the early game checks. And so a Houlihan gets you the 500, And so I just routed that for the waterfall check, for the ledge check. I was surprised that you made a different call at that, like with the Ice Rod Cave decision juncture, I guess, was where the call would have been made to skip Zora. But
yeah, I think part of it too was having the mirror early. And I knew that, okay, I can probably just do a Zora Catfish combo later.
Yeah,
and
it makes sense, and you never get forced back to it. I never touched Catfish.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have glove the one time that you would have routed up that way.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was just never a chance for me to go to Catfish. I got the 2 gloves, and then from there... Well, I mean, I did take a small detour, deciding to do Smith Chain before going to my area, but...
Yeah, the only other thing is, like, how hard do you want to get into Turtle Rock versus out of Turtle Rock? And with it being Bombos, I think that you're... very likely to just go in. So yeah, I mean, it did really line up this time.
Yeah, I mean, I won't deny I took a big risk in this one, and it just happened to pay off.
Sure, and I mean, that's rando. That's the game, dude. You played well. I felt like I executed really well, and I lost by more than 3 minutes. So
yeah, I mean, I know this probably doesn't help me feel too much better, but I won a playoff race last season against Obscure, and I had like a 105 versus a 106 or something.
Yeah, I mean, gross things happen.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a good race. GG to you again. I mean, there's still 4 more races to go in the series, so we'll see where the rest of them go. Yeah.
I'll have to pass it over to my teammates. Hopefully Ninjembro can put up a good one with DT in Vroja tomorrow night, and then Barnage and Willard on Saturday. I'll be definitely trying to watch those for sure, and hopefully they're able to carry my dead weight again this season and earn us a game 4 and 5.
Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Yeah, I knew this was. I was really happy when we got matched up against you. I thought this was going to be a really good matchup between us two because it was so even. And I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
I think if this is any evidence, this is going to be a great series.
Oh yeah, I think it's a lot of coin flips. Everyone who's in the Invitational playoffs is so solid. Like all the teams are super scary, and honestly, I'm just really glad to be playing. Obviously disappointed in the loss. You don't not get disappointed in a loss as a competitor, but I felt like I at least executed competently. I think it should be a good series. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of it plays out. But GG's. Yeah, GG.
I was kind of telling myself that too. I was like, okay, if I lose this, I played really well, and so I was getting myself in that mindset too. So yeah, GG. You played this great too. We'll see how the rest of it goes.
Absolutely, and big thanks to Josh Bittner and Gilgamesh and Furious Prince for the comms and tracking and stepping up to get this one crewed at a later than typical hour for a lot of these restreams.
Thank you.
Really appreciate the time you guys put in.
Happy to be here, Thanks for being here for us to be on the restream. And hey, it's Pacific time for me. It's only 9:40 right now for me.
Must be nice.
But yeah, I guess this is kind of where we'll leave it. I'll say GG's for everyone. Thanks to Gilgamesh and Furious Prince for joining me. Thanks to SG for having us here and our runners. Any last thoughts for you, Gilgamesh, before we head on out?
This is a fun one. GG's again to both the runners. Thanks everyone for watching. Come back tomorrow. We got a bunch more races on the docket for tomorrow. Like Maniacal said, DT and Ninjembro playing tomorrow evening. So if you want to see game 2 of this series, 6:10 p.m. Eastern time is the time to check it out.
And hey, we did have a hot 75-minute seed here, so...
I'm thankful, honestly, yes, because it is almost 1 o'clock here, so I'm thankful that this one was fast.
Well, let's put you to bed and put this race to bed. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.